These guys believed when no one did. These guys didn't have to. I didn't have to send a YouTube channel link to them to come to my show. It was like I just want to talk, and they were there. Today I'm sitting here to give a tribute to all the PETROLHEAD guests that came into our channel for season 1. This is the end of the year, so we thought we'll take this time out and we'll give you all an update on what everyone has been up to. To start with, first with myself. When we started the channel, I was there with a phone camera and it started. And my latest that is being done is Mubarak R33, and building that. Got done with my Supra. Did my evolution. The 34 is having a new dash set up from Autometer. So now I'm in a year because I live on that balance, because my work depends on that balance. That once the project car is done, and then you need to have new project cars to come in that you can build and probably sell it later, or keep it as part of the collection. So with the 33 now, that's the next project car. So we're gonna probably build it up. Swap something new in it, working on that deal. We did Rusty, we did an episode on Rusty as well. Make sure to check that out. So that's my story. After me, Mubarak came. So Mubarak and his 33 are going through another transformation now. Went into getting a RB30 block in the middle. I did not survive, and now he's upgrading his RB26 to pistons, connects, repainting the whole thing. He did get an odometer dash like mine, so we can roam like, brothers. So yeah, he's still stuck with his 33, still building it, still loving it, and hopefully the starting of the year we'll finish that. He'll finish that and he'll be back on the road with me. And then came Shimoli, and then her story as of right now it stands is she got a Suzuki Jimny, and she joined one of the off-road groups. Who I think one of the founders also came to our channel, and she's just been off-roading, getting new suspensions, loving the Jimny. It's a brand new car. Probably one of the upgrades are in my hand. We will have to do the exhaust system and all. So yeah, that will happen eventually. And she's doing great in her field. And that's what Shimoli's story is now. This is how she's progressing for the past 1 year. So after her, Rupesh came. The story of Rupesh is nowhere on social media. He just has one Facebook profile for his friends and his family, and that's it. So to find Rupesh and to get a detailed upgrade on what he's been up to was a bit difficult first. But then Rupesh now is coming back to the scene. Helping. This is one very good thing about Rupesh. He's trying to connect people. For example, you need a part that is not available in the market. He will source it out for you through his connections. Or he needs something, or he wants to sell something. He's interconnecting everyone for parts, especially now. But that's the plan. I mean that's a very good, because his community and his era, the people from that era, they are they're a generation above us. So that generation is very quiet. They just do drives, they stay with their families, and that's I think even we will reach there, I think in another 10 years. But Rupesh now, because he just cut off for a couple of years, I'm really happy that he's coming back, and this is what he's been doing, and it really excites me to have him again on the show, probably come back for season 3. So yeah. So after Rupesh, John came. From MK1, and he's been doing great. He's concentrated completely on building cars, especially for the clients. So he was just thriving and moving forward with that garage. And I'm really happy to see, because these are the first couple of people who came who I had nothing to say. I had nothing to show them. Now when we call people for our interview, we show them our channel, and we have a sales pitch. But to these people, all I could say was an idea, and they believed my idea, and they said, what, it's an amazing thing, and you're doing something separate or different from what the car community is doing here, and we would love to be a part of it. And this is John's update on all the builds and all that he's doing. Okay, after John came my very close friend Arsalan. Arsalan was so pumped up to come. So a lot of people don't know this, but the first interview session that we had with Arsalan We were talking about his stories and all. We sat, I think at 9 p.m. in the night, 10 p.m., 9:30 p.m. something, and we spoke till 5 a.m. And it was just two friends. We were just talking, and that became his episodes. And we were talking about this car and that car and this incident and that happened. And so yeah, Arsalan will be back. What he's doing currently now is his LS club is booming. It's growing and it's gaining a lot of the media coverage that it deserves. That 1 year ago was not there. His LS Club UAE just participated in the recent show that we had in Sheikh Hamdan complex, and they got rewarded. And it's so good to see that they are all growing all together, and he's the leader of that group. Like imagine, we were 18, 19-year hotheads, repairing engines in the middle of the Maliha Road. Changing axles in Yarmouk, opposite in an empty, plain land, taking out jacks and standing. And from that journey to being the founder of a club where people, appreciate what you do, I'm really happy and proud that he's growing as a person. So after Arsalan, HerWheels, Anna Rodriguez, she came. She's been quite busy with her catering company, the Golden Chariot. She did a couple of events for us as well. And recently, I think I saw that she started her vlogging channel again. Where she was reviewing a Rolls Royce. Yeah, she was reviewing a Rolls Royce, and then I was like, okay, she's back. I think, again, this is the season. This is when we do. We don't do it on the summer. We're usually in the winter. So yes, that's her. And again, channel is growing. I'm really happy that she's achieving the goal that she set with her channel of her UAE. So yeah, that's with her Instagram page. Yeah, but yeah, I'm really happy with that as well. I'm really proud to see these people believed in me when no one did. These people will always be. Let's say PetrolHead reaches 1 million subscribers, or PetrolHead goes to that. I want it. Like touch wood. I want PetrolHead to be there. But these people from season 1, they will be the core of my channel. I owe my gratitude to them. This is the reason one of this video is coming out is this is my gratitude. I just have to thank them and thank you for believing in me when no one did. When no one did. No one said, yeah, you're trying to change the automotive industry with what you're bringing up, because this was something different and no one knew how it is going to be. And that's how HerWheels is a part of it, and I'm really grateful and thankful to her for being on my channel. So after HerWheels, Adnan came up. Now this is Adnan scene. He is the most asked person to come back to the channel. There are people who had stopped him in the road, in places, in groceries, and said, we know your story from PetrolHead. And I didn't believe this. I was like, no man, PetrolHead, we are a small channel, it's not possible. And then they show that we are subscribed on PetrolHead. And we watch PetrolHead because of you. We know the story of yours, and can we take a picture with you? When he said this to me, I think it was like, he called me at 4 in the morning. And he said, man, you know what happened? I'm like, what happened to Adnan? And he says, there's a guy who stopped me, and I come out, and I speak to him, he's like, man, nice car, nice Honda, nice FD2, la la la. And he says, I know your story about the FD from PetrolHead. Can I take a picture with you? And yeah, it might not be a big thing for, for people. It might sound very cringy, but for some people, that's an achievement. Let's not forget that, our channel hardly has celebrities coming. Our channel usually have normal people who rather have their car polished twice a week than, go somewhere else. So that's how we love cars. And this is the story with Adnan. When it started was, he was not in a mood to come. He said, no, this is not my thing. And I said, man, come on, give the story. You guys, because that generation was there. He, Zlatko, Rupesh, James, who else was there? Jay. So these guys are there. These guys were doing it when we were kids in the 90s. We should look at them. Especially when I was working in Autodrome for a couple of years, I used to see Rupesh winning trophies for the 24-hour or for the NGK series or with Lap 57, and that was like, oh wow, because he's he was the only Desi community, if you can say, And he was there in the podium, and I used to stand there and I was like, wow, I want to meet this guy one day. And finally, I got to interview him and know his side of the story, you know. So that's how so this group of Adnan, they are from that era. They are a bit, you know, taken back now, seeing what the new generation is up to. So instead of engines and upgrades and all, because that was the thing in that era, for now, people are all about, oh, this rap, oh, this camouflage. So this is all now. That era, it was something else. So that's the difference. So Adnan, first of all, didn't want to come, and then he ended up coming. It took a lot of convincing, yes. And I'm really grateful again. He came. He's doing a very secret project, a very secret one, which involves a very old Nissan. That's all the hint I can give you. It is a very old Nissan, and it will have the utmost technology that even Nissan didn't decide to give in that car. So he's working on a very, very secret. You know, I can't talk about it, so this is all the sneak peek that I can give you guys. Okay. Yes, I'm going to be a part of it. We are already in talks with that build as well. And yeah, his FD2 has reached its limits. You know what next? He himself doesn't know. He's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the FD2. So yeah, it's running good. And we always keep doing this, you know, make it a bit silent and then make it a bit loud. And yeah, he's a bit too caught up. This is what I want to say to all the audience. Yes, he will be back, most probably once we do the secret project, and then I will have a reason to make him sit here. You know, oh yeah, you want to know more of his stories? Perfect. I do get it. But the story has to be more interesting and more spicing up. That's why I gave you the sneak peek. That's when we want Nissan to go on us. That, oh my God, you guys did that. That is the target. That is what Adnan is trying to reach. And I really wish him the best. Okay, I'm always there. He takes me as a small brother. So yeah, I'm always there. Whatever you need from me, I'm right here. So after Adnan, after all this controversies and because Adnan's episode had a lot of, you know, comments that, you know, wow, Adnan didn't have that, Adnan didn't have this, Adnan is this, Adnan is this. But on the positive side, people knew the other side of the car industry, of the automotive scene here. So, you know, he got a lot of praises. Yes, he got a lot of hate as well. But I think that when you compare the ratios, I think the positivity has spread more. And after him coming and giving me that interview, the famous interview, we had Harley Qiunn who came here. Harley Qiunn, I had never seen that guy before that show. Before the interview, I've never seen Harley Qiunn. So Prabhu comes to the garage, parks it, flexes. His car goes down, you know, like in the style it goes down. And I'm like, man, he's just flexing his air suspension. And I'm like, why are you flexing? So he comes out and I'm like, oh wow, okay. And then we talk. This is the thing with petrolheads, you know, we click. There has to be a conversation, and then it's about car, and then we click. So Prabhu and I had a very, very long off the camera conversation about cars, about life, about A, B, C, D. And since then, now the progress that Prabhu is in is he's working with MG Customs, okay, with Magnum Gandhor. He's working with him. He is handling the page. He's handling the garage. He's doing what he loves, and you know that is one thing that has the smile on his face. You know, because again, I didn't know Prabhu before the show, so now whenever I meet him, he has ideas. He says, you know, that rap could have been done A, B, C, D, Y, or that could have been done that. So this is the creativity that I'm seeing from Prabhu. Maybe he had it when he was doing his own Harley Qiunn, but I didn't know this. So now that I see him doing other cars, it fills me with joy. I am really happy with what he's doing. He also struggled a lot, let's be very honest. But now he's doing what he wanted to do all the time. You know, be a part of a garage. Because this is what even in his interview he said. That, you know, if I quit UAE, I'm going to go back to India. I'm going to open a garage. I'm going to call you to come. Rashid, you should come with me, and we'll start working on that. So I said, India. No, this is again off the camera. But then that's what his plan was, to be a part of a garage, to do something that he loves, and to be a part of a bigger car community. So yeah, he's with MG Customs now, doing a very good job, being the manager, promoting the whole channel and the garage itself. That is Prabhu's progress for now. So after Prabhu, we had Ameen who came. So Ameen and I are quite old friends. Okay, he has the red Supra, he's the Supra, I am the GT. So we do this red versus blue thing all the time. And Ameen came up. Again, all I had to do is invite. I was like, man, you want to talk about cars? I'm starting a channel. Come and tell me stories, man. And again, Ameen was, some people are pumped. Like, I want to be there, man. I want to do this. This is something that no one has ever asked me. And a lot of people say, sometimes, we get a lot of people who say, no, we don't want to come to the channel for A, B, C, D reason. And I completely understand. We are like, okay. But then you have some people who are really happy to be here. That's the whole point of the channel. If you don't want to come here, you're okay. But if you want to come here, we are more than happy to invite you. And again, we keep getting requests all now and then, even we want to come to the channel, but we don't have so many stories. Can we come? Sure. Maybe you'll be one episode, but at least we'll know that, okay, there's one more petrolhead who's growing up and who's knowing about cars and all. So Ameen's story is very similar to that. Nothing about cars at the first. I need a Supra, guess the Supra. And then that journey begins. Okay, I think you guys have followed his entire journey on our channel for the past 1 year. How he built a Supra, how he did the Sylvia. Then for those cars, he got a trailer itself just to run those cars. And as of now, Ameen is still. As of now, I'm really happy that I could have inspired him. Not only me, like the channel has inspired him. That he started his own YouTube channel. That's really good. And when I asked him, because he's sending, I'm the guy who sends everyone the link for the YouTube thing, and for the episode, and he sends me the link. I'm like, wow, what are you doing? And he's like, bro, I started a YouTube channel, and I'm like, really? Did I inspire you? And he's like, man, all that people kept motivating him. That your stories are so amazing. We have heard it on PetroHead. Why don't you start your own channel? And that's the whole point. We were here not to tell the stories or to motivate the people who are already there. We are here to motivate the people who need a bit of push. You want to start a YouTube channel, but you don't know where to start. Then you look at PetroHead and you see, this is what I say everyone. If I can do, anyone can do. I'm a bit like that. I'm like, yeah, if I did it, then probably you also can do it. So I'm that lazy guy. And with this is where Ameen was so happy. And man, being on your channel, seeing the comments, seeing the people approaching me in car shows, on my Instagram, on my other pages, or if I meet them at a correct place, man, nice stories, but why don't you start something of your own? And that's what Ameen has started. And this is something very I'm really proud of. Like, I didn't know I'm going to inspire people. One people. That was the plan. Let's inspire one person to be motivated and to be a part of a bigger part of the car community. And Ameen is one of them. So the link of Ameen's channel will be in the description. And I'm really happy that he's growing as a person. So after Ameen, Khashik came. So when I met Khashik all those years ago, that's a different story. But the main plan of coming to the channel was he wanted to do a new series where he gets to drive a car every week or every month or something. And this is what last year. This was before pandemic. He was doing it. He did it with a Lamborghini. He did it with my car. I think a couple of cars more. He's doing another series like something diverted from his channel and his funny content and all, instead of that vlogging thing. And once he started, that's when I was like, okay, let's collab. This is our first collab that we did by our channel with another YouTuber, and that's where it started. And he came over. Very funny stories, very amazing stories we had of him, especially with the roast video that he did in the Gulf Car Festival. And once that happened, after that, he rebuilt his Land Cruiser with one of the guys we know. And after that, he still has the car, and he's more into robotics and all now. He's more into the environmentalist parts of being the next how the next generation will grow. That's mostly his target now, and that's how he's growing. That this is how he's contributing to the environment that we all should care about, and that's how his stories are going on. So the after Khashik we had Khalifa and Rais. They came together, sat here, gave me a story. I drove a Supra. We had fun. I built this caravan. That's the only one with the star roof in the world. I did his first Gladiator that came. I did the 240 ZX. I did the Supra. Since then, I think he got another 86, uh, and he's gonna build on that. Probably make a drift car or something. With Rais, I have no idea where he is. He's probably still crashing cars the way he was crashing a year ago. But with Khalifa, yes, there's new projects coming up. He's doing a couple of builds on his 240 itself, and since then, yeah, that's how the year has been. It's been a slow year for him, but yeah, he's concentrating more on personal growth, and I think that's good. That's something you need, especially at that young age. Okay, I have to concentrate on myself as well and the cars, and yeah, I'm seeing him also do his thing. So yeah, that's nice. We did his 240 episode on his birthday. So yeah, that was something cheeky thing that I did for him. So yeah. So after Khalifa and Rais, Ayesha came in. Okay, now, Ayesha is a very funny story. I know that there's a girl who does brake change and all that herself. I've never seen. This is where Afra comes in. So apparently both of them have the same hair color. Okay, there are places I've stopped Afra and said, "You're Ayesha," and she said, "No, I'm not Ayesha." I said, "No, you are Ayesha because your hair color is the same as the one I saw on Instagram." So that confusion was a mess. Uh, so Ayesha came up. I've seen that she got her dream car, the SS, the Trailblazer SS. She got it finally. She's like, okay, I got my dream car. So yeah, with her Trailblazer, she called it Dhanno. Dhanno is still Dhannofying her, like, taking her places. Again, it's an old car. It will give issues, here and there. So having Ayesha on the channel, to be very honest, man, she's one of the most knowledgeable women that I know about cars. I want to give this to her, She knows the difference between a .5 and a .4. She knows the difference between, ceramic brakes and normal brakes. Like, people don't even know, and she does. She does. She knows a thing, and that's something admirable. That's something you look forward to. That's something that's inspiring. So yeah, after Ayesha, what happened is I got this text. Okay, so this was from a guy who, back in the days when I was drifting and all, was a part of the management and all, the marshals that were there who used to monitor our performance and also if we are in the line or we touch the clipping point or not. And that guy was Azhar, and he used to watch us drifting way back all these years ago. So he gives me a message and he's like, I've been watching you since I was a kid, and can I come to the channel? I said, yeah, as long as you love cars. And he has a really beautiful Mark II. So yeah, he came to the show, just walked in, said a couple of stories. Then we found out that he's working for this Jebel J zipline, the longest zipline in the world. And I ended up going to the zipline, just to be a part of it, to experience it. And since then, he's still doing the same thing. He's still, upgrading his car, doing his own build on his own, doing a lot of desert and all. So yeah, he's been up to a lot of projects and also yeah, that's how Azhar is going on. And then lastly, just before the pandemic, we had to end our season 1, cut it short, and we had Afra who came here, and Afra's story was really unique. It was a journey that because we have only seen her on the social media platforms and on maybe a Facebook Live or somewhere, but no one knew her story. And then she comes up and she tells her entire story of how she became the Afra. Her progress has been, she started a group called Black Edition, only black cars allowed, and she's the founder, she's the manager, she's the social media promoter, and she handles that page and the people and the guys and the events and seeing her grow, it's even at times she doesn't believe it. So that's the human side of it. She's like, I didn't think that I would make this possible. That's what makes it that extra special, that she's growing, and we are really grateful again, from the channel side, that she also came to our channel. Uh, with that, we had to end season 1 on a very short notice. But I really want to thank these guys. These guys believed when no one did. These guys didn't have to. I didn't have to send a YouTube channel link to them to come to my show. It was like, I just want to talk, and they were there. They wanted people to hear their stories. I take pride in bringing that out, because no one else was doing it at that time. Yes, let's be honest. No one else was doing it. You can talk about all those other pages who tried to stop us from what we were trying to do. But yeah, that's how season 1. I want to be grateful, be thankful, and end it on a high note. The channel is growing. Hopefully, it will grow, be much bigger. But the next time I sit here and give a tribute to the people of season 2, to top it off, Happy New Year. I really wish you guys have fun, enjoy, and come back for more stories to tell. Thank you.